Hey y'all, so the date of Sean Diddy Combs has been released, you guys. OMG. His prison date has been released, y'all, and y'all, we gonna get into it. So it says the date of Sean Diddy Combs' release from prison was revealed October 27 after a judge handed down the rapper's sentence earlier in the month. Combs is currently scheduled to get out of prison on May 8th on 2028, y'all, according to the Federal Bureau of Prisons online database. Combs is behind bars at the Metropolitan Detention Center in New York City's borough of Brooklyn. On October 3rd, the U.S. District Court Judge Arun Subramanian sentenced the rapper to 50 months or roughly 4 years in prison after he was found guilty on 2 counts of transportation to engage in the prostitution. He was acquitted on more serious charges of sex trafficking and racketeering in his federal sex crime trial this summer. Prosecutors were seeking an 11-year sentence for Combs, while his legal team asked the judge for 14 months behind bars. It says during a trial, latest that lasted approximately 2 months. Prosecutors laid out their case that Combs operated a criminal enterprise and engaged in sex trafficking, among other offenses. The rapper pleaded not guilty and is appealing his conviction. His legal team filed a notice of appeal in the U.S. District Court for the Southern District of New York on October 30th. It says Combs' lawyers previously tried and failed to get the judge to either overturn his conviction or grant him a new trial. In a letter to the judge ahead of his sentencing, Combs apologized for all of the hurt and pain that I have caused others by my conduct and said he takes full responsibility and accountability for my past wrongs. He went on to write, I understand that the mere words I'm sorry will never be good enough, as those words alone cannot erase the pain from the past. Combs also apologized in court to his ex-girlfriend, Cassandra Cassie Ventura Fine, who delivered days of emotional testimony about the abuse he allegedly subjected her to. My actions were disgusting, shameful, and sick, Combs said. It says last week TMZ reported that President Donald Trump was considering commuting Combs' sentence. But in a statement to USA Today, a White House spokesman said that there was zero truth to the story, adding the president, not anonymous sources, is the final decider on pardons and commutations. Trump previously confirmed on October 6th that Combs asked me for a pardon. Now, y'all, we know that Combs, Diddy, Diddy Boo Boo, we know that he's already been in jail a year as of, September 15th. But y'all, normally in these cases, I've seen it. I know somebody, same charges just about, who got only 6 to 9 months. Now, like I always said, maybe this is Diddy's karma because y'all, he has, let's be for real, let's be honest, he has done a lot of people wrong, right? He has done a lot of people wrong in his heydays. So, do y'all think that this is karma coming back to, haunt him and get him for all his wrongdoings? Because y'all know he was taking people's publishing, not paying a lot of his artists money like he should have. Remember Making of the Band? He did a lot of them wrong, but Sarah on the other hand, y'all know Sarah was claiming that Diddy was doing things to her, allegedly horrible things that we already know that were confirmed by somebody else in Making of the Band, and was saying that Sarah was voluntarily bragging about what she was doing with Diddy. Now, as I was in the courtroom, I felt like a lot of these women that went on the stand were lying. They were upset for whatever reason, right? And I believe Diddy was doing the most on the coast, of course, with all of them. And I'm talking about putting hands and all kind of stuff on these girls and even some of the men. But, however, I believe that, karma has presented herself in his situation, but, he has to pay for his wrongdoings and his misdeeds. However, all I was saying and been saying in Diddy's case is that they should have charged him with something that was more appropriate to what he has really, really done. For Diddy to be running a criminal enterprise, now Diddy has a lot of money, right? He did not need to run a criminal enterprise to make money off of, doing all these, the prostitution and all these other things. This is just my belief, my opinion. But Diddy has, like I said, been doing, wrongdoings, gallivanting in Hollywood, acting a plum donkey, a plum fool. And really, this is his time to be, seated, have a seat. You need to have a seat, Diddy, is basically what is being, dished out to him. Which, it is what it is. You have to pay for your misdeeds. But anyway, y'all, Diddy is not getting out till May 2028, according to the federale, the Bureau of Prisons. We went on there and we checked, and it does say, May 2028. So he does have to sit down for a long time. Is Trump gonna pardon him? I mean, I don't know. We know that these Epstein files are in question. Is he trying to Trump? If he does pardon him, is he just trying to prolong the Epstein file situation that everybody is asking for? I mean, I do believe so. But y'all, with that being said, Diddy, his time behind bars, hopefully he'll do the right thing, continue to take classes, because he's already saying that he's, giving a free game to some of these other inmates in there, trying to help them out with, business dealings, and trying to teach them, a couple of things or two about business. Okay, that's a good thing. Okay, I understand. But it seems like Diddy, in my opinion, he seems like he's very narcissistic and has really, some things that he needs to address, anger management, things of that sort. They more than likely going to give him victims, a victims class that he got to take about, victims, as Cassie, all the people that, he allegedly laid hands on. These things are going to be, these classes, are going to be things that he should, take advantage of. And some of them, in prison, you have to take certain classes before you can get out. So will he take advantage of that? I mean, he's already saying that he's already taken some of these classes. So, I mean, more classes, the better. Hopefully he can get himself together and come out and be a better product of society. Because think about it. Diddy had a lot of money. He could have used all of that to the positivity to help, his people. So, I mean, y'all, let me know y'all's thoughts. Leave a comment in the comment box below on Diddy's date of release.